Hello, good morning, dear Aquarius. Welcome to your Mind, Body, Soul, Present and Future video for the mid of April 2021. I hope you're doing well and that you can enjoy your day. Okay, so we have a present row. We start off with the mind. That's the body. And that's the soul. And then we have the future. Mind. Body, and soul. Okay. So we can see here the Knight of Inspiration. That's the Knight of Wands. And that's a very fiery energy. And I think this card illustrates it quite well. It's kind of a lot of stuff going on. Maybe you have many ideas. Maybe it's even overwhelming how much it is. Maybe you have many inspirations and you don't know which one to cling to. It's a little bit of experiencing the state of too much currently in your mind. For your mind. So yeah, a bit of a cool down would be nice to settle things. Although when we are in this state of being very inspired and driven and we have the ideas popping up, and yeah, that's a very what do you call it, creative state of mind, creative state of your being. So you might experience a lot of strength to create and to make your, I don't know, maybe there's also a dreamy part, so kind of inspiration, your thoughts, your visions, but it's a lot in your mind. So when you get it to, for instance, on paper or in some kind of plan that could, like a realistic plan that could work out, and then you'd start acting upon it, yeah, you might get out of this tension in the mind, because the mind has too much to process when we have so many things going on and so many ideas, which is wonderful but also probably overwhelming. So that's why I'm saying it's cool to cool down, and it's not necessarily so that we can just make a decision easily and say, yeah, I'm going to stick to that, and I'm going to dismiss the other stuff. Unfortunately, this is not how it works. So when we are really in this tumult, is that also an English word? In this little bit of chaos, maybe we need to stay there. Also to feel through it. How did we get there? Why is this happening? Ask yourself some questions. Make this state not a state to overcome, but rather something to learn from and to act, to work with. So kind of incorporating what is given, and trying to understand what is what lesson can be in there. So how can you get out of it and have learned something, and take it with you so that it can benefit you for the future as experience or as as experience, I think. Easily. Yeah, so then let's move on to the body. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's kind of not making, when it's too much, not making it stop, or not forcefully creating situations where you kind of even almost violently intervene in how things go for you at the moment, but rather like it happen, and try to learn from it. That's what I want to say. Okay, and here we have the 8 of Emotions in the body. So that's a bit about leaving some expectations maybe behind. But the first thought that I had when I saw this card there was that this maintenance of your physicality in general, your body, but also the body where you live in terms of your house, your home, the body where life as such is possible for you in terms of the earth, the atmosphere. Okay, we cannot maintain anything beyond that. It's not really in our power, in our control. I mean, other people who actually do produce pollution even beyond the earth, they could do something about it, but don't know. Don't think anybody from the NASA is listening to my videos. NASA, ESA. Okay, so anyways, this maintenance, it's not that it's done at some point, right? Sometimes maybe we feel weak and exhausted due to other stuff, and then I feel like, many people experience the process of even feeding yourself properly every day as quite difficult. And I see this black hole here, or I think it's a solstice, some kind of, like the moon is in front of the sun, I guess. But this at first seemed to me like like a never-ending, like you put something in and it's never enough because it gets kind of swallowed. And so this card in the body position, I feel like it might I don't know, maybe I feel like saying that many people, you're not alone when you feel like you have troubles maintaining your health and or beauty or any form of what we do to our physicality. Because we have to do it all over and all over again. It's never done at some point. It's just continuing throughout our whole life. I must think about pre-cooking your meals, and then you pre-cook, and it's quite a lot, and 4 days later it's it's done. You have to do it again. And then, for instance, or doing sports, or working on your body, or stretching, or if one of you ever experienced that that you stop, and 2 months later you kind of have to start all over again. So you kind of have to keep on doing it. You have to have these routines, otherwise it's gonna be hard. Otherwise it's like this hole, kind of, you put something in and then you realize there's nothing nothing in it, because you have to continuously be doing that, and that's quite hard. Okay. So we have the 5 of emotions. In your present soul position. That's 5 of Cups. That's about grief. So maybe your soul, I don't say it's kind of you as a whole being, but maybe there are some soul aspects. And I think when I say soul, then I mean something like the inner knowing of you, of interconnectedness of things, of being part of, the universe at large, but at least being part of your closest ecosystem and your system. I feel like there is something that makes you feel grief and unease. So the 5 of Cups is about overcoming this grief. It's about, first of all, again, letting it happen to you, going through it, sit with it, be with it, acknowledge it, because otherwise it's ignorance. If there's something that causes you to be very sad about stuff, then why would you want to ignore it? There's obviously a reason for you to feel that. And and I think it's I really like people who can sit with this grief, because I feel like the more you do that, the less you're likely to make decisions that go against this, inner knowing that we are connected and that we are dependent and interdependent on the things that surround us and other people and everything, like our mind, body, and soul, and probably also spirit. That's what spirit. So, the more likely they are kind of to ignore when something, something is being messed up on these levels, and people are doing, making decisions and creating projects that make other people suffer, or make parts of the world suffer, or what I mean. So I feel like I hoped that everybody would, especially the ones with in this greater positions in power, would grieve a little bit more and sit with their uneasiness instead of ignoring it and pushing it away and, drowning it in whatever fancy drugs they find. So I think if your soul is calling kind of for to experience this, then go for it. You'll be fine, you'll get out of it, you won't be there for long. And the 5 of Cups is also about, is also showing that there is grief, and then that you can turn your back on it, you can walk away from it. because there is still something in the world that is intact, that works, and where you can put your effort to, and contribute and create and make things happen that are beautiful and alive, that are not yet to be grieved about, because they are still there. They still, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. So that's about the emotions, the soul in the present. So now let's go to the future row. We have the temperance in the mind and future. So yeah, that's about, I feel you will come to this state of mind where you've been a little bit here, you've been a bit where you are quite on fire, like the things are burning, your brain is burning. Oh yeah, this horse also has fire on their head. Very interesting. So yeah, kind of burning brain, overwhelmed. So you will come to, how do you call that? It will get better, to say the least. So yeah, it's about cooling down, it's about patience, it's about redistribution. So I see you'll be very patient with yourself and with the things you want to create. Let me drink some tea. So okay, yeah, with the things you want to create, patient, and you probably will redistribute a bit of those, of your ideas. Maybe you will talk to people and tell them what you're thinking about, and it will be collaboration. Collaboration may be too big, but at least you will put something of you in on the table, and share it with somebody else. And this situation, you should also check if the person is actually ready to hear that and to be there for you. But if that's the case, then I see that it will dissolve a little bit, make it less tense and concentrated in your brain, but more loosen it up a bit, and therefore creating more space inside of your mind again, to not to put in more, but more I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Okay, now again. So not to put in more of stuff that you already have, but kind of dissolve, to sort things out, and just to get clean and clear on stuff. Might be a Sagittarius person or a fire sign. Okay, then we have The 5 of inspiration in your body in future. I think this is about calling you for doing this whole body and the body of your living habitat, like your home garden, you know, your quartier, like the how do you call that, barrio, the where you the part of the city you live in and stuff. So I think there will be some other people who are like-minded, and you can put yourself together. No, that's the wrong saying. But you can work together on creating plans for how best to maintain these areas. So you can work. You could do sports with a group of people, for instance, outside, or you could. There might be something coming in, like maybe a message where people are actually looking for community to create in doing some urban gardening or going on hikes or doing stuff like that. So I think it's peers. I think it's people who, or at least not peers in the sense of same age, but in the sense of on the same page. So yeah, like-minded people who also maybe struggle with this thing on their own, at least. So yeah, what did I say? It was about sports, but also cooking and making taking care of yourself, your surroundings. And I think this is an area where your solitude will end. You will find other people to do that with, and you'll feel probably very well understood. And I see a bit of a struggle there, but not a personal struggle, but more like people struggling together in one thing, where everyone can learn and everyone can evolve and progress. Okay, so here we have the sun in your future soul position. That's pretty beautiful. The sun, right now the sun is shining and I feel the warmth. Finally, it's time for me to feel some warmth here. So the grief will be over. You'll get over it. You'll stay with it. You'll go through it. You sit with it. You learn from it. You turn your back on it. You walk away from it. You face a bright new future. You envision that there is still happiness for you to get. And yes, the world is not a perfect place. It's far from perfect. Whatever perfect is also, but I think I have my own definition of perfect, so, and everybody else probably. But the world is even far from being just a nice place where you can, be how you are, who you are, where people just leave you, lovingly developing into the being you deserve to be, or you want to be, or you were meant to be. So unfortunately, this is not how the world like at large is, but I think we all know that in this, like on a smaller scale, in friends, family and stuff, so we kind of realize that there is space for, you know, this kind of acceptance and nice nice being together. Yeah, that makes you grow, and where you can grow stuff probably. So the sun is very important for life to grow, to develop. So sun and water. And that's also kind of nice how the 5 of emotions, it's so much water here, and then we have the sun, so I feel like this is the best, that's really the best combination to start creating. You have all these ideas, and they are maybe stuck inside of you, so you will be sharing and making it flow more. And yeah, when you accept it, this maintenance just has to be. It has to be. So you have to do it day by day, week by week, over and over again. That's part of life. And you'll find people to do that with, and you'll struggle together in that. And your soul is maybe sad at the moment, at times, but it will be very happy. It's also about connecting to your inner child and kind of going in this conversation of saying, whoever did not take proper care of you, inner child, dear inner child, you talk to yourself. Now you are in the position to do that. You are an adult, or becoming an adult, growing into an adult, going your steps, step by step. Sometimes maybe you wish it would be faster. Maybe you are completely perfectly fine with it, with your speed, and yeah, that's good. Maybe things are even a bit too fast at the moment. But you are becoming the self-reliant person. I feel it also about this whole growing process. There's an equality of self-reliance and independence and responsibility, but all these words are so big, and sometimes they scare us away. But they don't have to. You can also grow into all of that in your own speed, in your own pace. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it, Aquarius. That was your mind, body, soul, present and future reading for mid-April, although it is already mid-April and I'm way far from being done with the readings. So maybe I need to upload them in several steps, packages. Okay, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a wonderful day and week. And yeah, if you liked it, feel free to comment, and you can stay tuned for future videos if you want. And for now, bye bye.